Ding dong.
Hola,
Hola.
¿cómo estás?
I won't embarrass myself like that.
No, and this is America, so we're speaking English.
You can say that because you actually speak a full second language, and I can middlingly read in like one.
And you know what? That's okay.
Well, it's okay.
You're not supposed to.
It doesn't matter. But something Josefina and I have in common,
See?
we can't read each other's languages at this point in the books.
But you understand each other
But we understand each other.
in a deeper way.
As girls in time.
Yeah.
So she's our first new girl who's not American.
No.
Well, I guess Felicity.
Yeah, Felicity's technically before
Technically
America.
also not American.
She gets to be American.
She gets to become one. And so does Josefina.
I think eventually, like 1850s.
Oh, I have it in the Peek into the Past.
Ooh.
Tells us when she gets to become one.
But she's an American woman.
That's right. She
Yeah.
becomes a full-fledged American woman.
Yeah. But
But
I think she's
she's-
always a Mexican girl.
That's right. In her heart and in the way that her history is.
Yeah.
Well, it's 1824 in New Mexico. But before we get there,
Yes.
Valerie Tripp.
She's so back.
She's so back. Okay. Here's the thing. We were already like gearing up. We're already bracing ourselves for, let's say, impact. However, I wanted to call out and give some good little kudos because I went from like kind of snorting and snickering reading it to being like, oh, okay, respect. Because it starts Valerie's little bio off on her page at the start of this book by being like, while writing Josefina, she and her family spent their summers in New Mexico. I was like, first of all, how long did it take to write Josefina's books? No offense. I know publishing is a complicated industry.
Yeah.
But how long did it take? And why?
Hopefully a summer.
Sounds like it was multiple.
2?
Mayhaps 2.
She only wrote it in the summer.
Yeah. Also, it says she started learning Spanish.
She started.
And you know what? I respect that.
I think all the Spanish Valerie learned is in these books.
Yes, in the glossaries.
Yes.
So I did a little bit because at the end of it, it says Valerie feels very close to Josefina because they both have 3 sisters. As if Valerie herself did not write these books and choose how many family members that our young girl had.
I do think,
Yeah?
I do kind of wish they'd chosen a Mexican-American author to write them. Or at least someone of like Hispanic origin.
Especially after Addie.
After such a bang out hit with Addie.
Yeah.
So
it feels really interesting.
So I do feel like they were trying to maybe validate it with this like little intro of Valerie's to validate it, you know? To be like, she's actually closer to Josefina than you might think.
Well, and because below it does say there's an advisory board.
That's what I did like.
Which is cool.
Yeah.
But it is, I will say, very small
Yeah.
on the page.
It's such small font, you mean?
Yeah.
It's a big advisory board.
It's a big advisory board,
Yeah.
which is very cool. And I know that you have one specifically that you know a little bit about.
Yeah, so they mentioned, which I thought was cool, Las Golondrinas, which means the sparrow. And it is a working ranchero, historical, like, living history museum just outside of Santa Fe. I've been there. My grandparents took us there when we were kids. And then on one of my jobs, I work for a ranching podcast. And we did an episode. And so we recently interviewed the staff, the, like, historical curator of Las Golondrinas.
Oh, cool.
And it's based off of this time period. And, like, everything that, like, everything that goes on it was cool kind of because I've just done like a tour of this place and like kind of talked to the people who curate it. So I thought, and they're really like dedicated to history. They're dedicated to sharing New Mexico's history and making sure that's accurate. So I think seeing that was similar to kind of like the Colonial Williamsburg one where I'm happy at least that they put in a lot of dedicated effort. But I also thought it was funny that the illustrator also got to go to New Mexico for this. I'm like, I will write a book for American Girl Dolls if they send me to Santa Fe for just like a summer.
While we're on like a work study trip.
Yeah.
That's like, I always love to say like Disney Imagineers before they do like a movie always get to go on these like really cool trips to get like inspiration and vision board and all of that stuff. And I'm always like, damn, that's probably, other than making like a big Disney or Pixar movie, getting to just be like, Okay, so the concept is
Japan, so I want to go to
Japan. So
Tokyo.
we're going to Japan for 3 weeks, and everything will be paid for, and we'll do like all these really cool exclusive excursions. Slay! I love that.
Oh, I also have a fun fact for
I'd
this
like
one.
to hear it.
So, Josefina's books were also sold in Spanish, which I think is cool.
Yeah.
But the cool thing beyond that was that they were written in like Castilian Spanish, or the Spanish of the time. And so it's a little bit like antiquated, and they have a note in the beginning of the Spanish books that says like, you might find the way that Josefina and her family talks a little bit different than the way you talk. But if someone read a story about you like 100 years from now, they might find the way you talk funny too. Like, or different too.
That's cute.
And so they like I kind of wish I had a copy. I'm going to see actually if I
If
have
you
a
can
copy
find
and I
one.
can read it in
Yeah.
Spanish. Yeah, because
I'd love to know like the differences or like the way it reads.
yeah. So as a side note, guys, I am level B fluent in Spanish. So I'm not like super crazy fluent, but I can get by. Like I
Yeah.
can talk to people.
Which
I
is
can,
very
like,
cool.
Yeah. So I am like very interested in kind of like the Hispanic heritage and how they talk about it. And I have a lot of family out in New Mexico, which is why
Even better.
Yeah, my family, my mom's side of the family all moved to Albuquerque for some reason. So we went
Good
up
little place.
we went up to Santa Fe a lot, and kind of in that area. So my cousin actually had Josefina, and I remember her saying like, "Oh, she looks like me," and my cousin looks like me.
Sometimes it's
So-
about looking like each other on the inside.
So think about that. But as a side fact that I think I can share, my cousin's husband, his family is basically Josefina's family. They were from Spanish colonist,
Oh, cool.
and they own a ranch
Yeah.
that they've had in their family for like 400 years.
Yeah. Well, it says that in the Peek into the Past that like a lot of like people who still live in New Mexico are like direct descendants.
Yeah.
Which is really cool.
Yeah, when I was reading it yesterday, I texted my cousin, and I was like, "Do you remember like the Josefina books at all?" And she said just a little bit, and I was like, "Well, your husband's lore is literally your husband's Josefina," and she was like, "That's so funny."
She was like, that's interesting.
And she's like, "I have to tell him."
Yeah.
I'm like, he's not gonna care.
He's
But
our next American girl.
we should have him on the pod.
Yeah, get him on.
And
You can
he's-
pick which book he wants to read.
Yeah, I feel like he would. It would be insane.
Well, you never know.
We'll try it out. We'll try and get him on.
Yeah, him and Love Island Jeremiah.
That'd be so funny.
Love Island Jeremiah, come read an American Girl book.
Yeah, Jeremiah, I want to read something short and easy.
We would love to have you.
We won't talk about Love Island
We
because that's not
promise.
what this podcast is about.
I mean, Book Club Jeremiah.
Yeah.
I didn't even mention Love Island.
Yeah,
It's
I
like
didn't know he was on a
mention it
TV
at
show.
all. TV show who?
Huh?
But yeah, so I think we're excited.
Yeah.
There's
How'd you
lots
feel
of-
about it?
the book?
Yeah.
I'm optimistic, but I have to tell you just from the get, I found the book largely like slow.
Yeah.
Not boring. It was interesting. I like the story. I like the pieces we set up. You said it in our yapping episode because some of you guys don't listen to the yapping episode.
You don't. You should. It was only 40 minutes. Maybe less.
This was like put us on 2 times speed. There was just a study done that says Gen Z and like millennials can retain more information at 1.25 and 1.5 speed than boomers.
Nice. You
So
guys are smart.
You guys could retain more of our show.
In less time.
Listen to it exactly. Less commitment,
Pew.
but same info.
But yeah,
There's a lot of world to set up.
Yeah.
That's what you said in the yapping episode,
Mhm.
and I agree. And so I think because I started the next book already, I'm already feel like kinder on this book.
Okay, cool.
Because it gets just right into the plot,
Mhm.
really, in the next
Okay,
one.
cool. Good to know.
But I think it had a lot of world to set up, and I do a little think the story meat.
It's hard to come off
suffers
of
a
Addie,
little.
I think.
Yes, because so much happened in all of Addie's books, and I think I just forgot Valerie's style.
Yeah.
Which is an
Meandering.
enormous first chapter. This first chapter
Yes.
is violently long.
Yeah.
So stuff just keeps happening.
I know. I did like check on. I'm like, am I in chapter 2 yet? And
Yes.
I wasn't.
So I will be very candid. I'm gonna keep it clipping
clip it?
along on number 1.
Nice.
And the other ones we can
We can marinate in.
We can take a little siesta in their time.
Ooh la la. Claro que sí.
All right, chapter 1. Are we ready?
Mm-hmm. Let's do it.
Primroses.
Flowers. Flores.
Such a beautiful late summer morning. And Josefina and her sisters are headed out to wash their clothes. It's Laundry Monday. in a little stream. Okay, now with the ranch term,
Mhm.
is it like rancho?
Rancho.
Okay,
Yeah.
slay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call it a ranch though,
You can do it.
for the spirit of not sounding stupid every time I talk. And her family's ranch, which has been in their family for over 100 years at this point. And just so you guys know, the Peek into the Past also covers this, but I want to jump kind of between them because the Peek into the Past covers a lot of the stuff the book talks about.
It's the book again, but shorter.
And I think it's helpful. Um, there had already been people settling in this area like 400 years prior.
Yeah, the
to
Spaniards
this book.
got here early.
Yeah, and they were hanging out.
Yeah,
And we'll talk more about that. We'll get to it.
we'll get to it.
But just so you know, so it's
The Spaniards
impressive.
were really up on the New World thing before even the English.
They were like, we're gonna
1500s?
get out there.
We're gonna get there.
1502. Let's build a crazy boat.
St. Augustine?
Yeehaw!
Let's do it.
Spread the good word.
Of Christ.
Catholics.
Católicos.
What would you do for Christ?
Chocolate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with
Discover
the girls,
chocolate. Yeah.
they're desperate for it.
I would do too.
We'll get there.
A little treat.
A little treat, a little
Yeah.
sugar,
a little
sugar,
New World treat.
a little yum yum.
Yeah.
Who among us?
Some hot chocolate. Just melted chocolate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I had a delicious gluten-free cookie the other day. I'll take you.
Where'd you go?
Via 313.
They have good gluten-free menu.
It was delicious.
Yeah. Okay, good to know.
Anyway. So the girls are walking over, and Josefina is alone right now, but her sisters, she knows, are also there, and she's going to link up with them, and we'll cover them as they appear. But she's reflecting on the times that, like, the harvests have been good, and the other times where drought and terrible weather has made it, like, impossible for animals to thrive and crops to grow.
And failure to thrive.
Failure to thrive. And it seems like it's a real, like, 50-50 shot every year, because they are in a desert mountain climate.
Yes.
Kind of brutal.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of actually, like, not to be too macabre with it, but it's kind of crazy because we're in Austin and we're having similar problems with the idea of droughts and flash floods. You know, like this past, I'm sure you guys have heard on the news, and this is dating when this episode is coming out a little bit, but there's been massive catastrophic flash floods in the area. And just as a little weather fact for you, the reason flash floods get to be so hard in desert areas is because the ground is so dry that it doesn't properly soak up the water. So a lot more of the water stays on the surface than in like a more like temperate climate. Yeah, because it's not used to soaking in, so it bounces up. It's almost like a pool kind of, as opposed to just like soaking into the earth. So that's why you get flash floods in areas like New Mexico and Texas.
There's just nothing to hold it back.
Water's a precious resource until it's
scary.
the worst thing you've ever
until
seen.
it's the most frightening thing you could ever do.
Yeah. So
her eldest sister, Anna, shows up and is carrying her own laundry items to bring because the two younger sisters, Francisca and Clara,
yeah.
are bickering, and they're gonna bicker a lot throughout the book.
Yeah, they're mid kids, so they're gonna
yeah. And that doesn't get resolved in this book, but that's okay.
I wonder when it will.
It probably will get tied up in a neat little American Girl bow, or neutralized.
It'll be neutralized. I think. They're not enough of characters.
It'll never fix it.
Yeah,
but so Anna shows up, and the sisters are like, hee hee ha ha. Isn't it so funny? Because Francisca and Clara are going to be bitching each other out instead of just sharing the load of like carrying the big like laundry bin that has like all of their washing goods in it.
Classic sister hijinks.
Classic sister hijinks.
Yeah.
I do like that immediately we get 3 characters other than Josefina to contend with. It is a lot, and we're just going to get more.
Yeah. Big family.
Big, beautiful family. But anyway, it's cute that her sister says that Josefina reminds her of like a little bird.
Yeah.
Josefina
is very cute.
It's very, I said this in my closing thoughts, but I'll just say it now. Josefina is the first girl that we've read that I feel like in her whole book, she feels like a little girl. And it might be because she's a little sister, because Anna's the eldest, and it doesn't say her age explicitly.
I'm guessing she's like 18.
Yeah.
18 or 19. Maybe 20 at the oldest.
Yeah, and she is married.
Yeah.
And she has 2 sons.
Yeah, that's why I think she might be 20.
And then Francisca's 15.
Yeah.
And then Clara is 12. And then Josefina is 9.
Yeah.
So we've got quite a trickle
A
spread.
little like a Bennett sisters
Yes,
grouping. Yeah.
very much so. So they get down to the river and they're cleaning and they are racing to the stream, which causes like an issue because Anna has like offered to help carry like the bucket, but then
Yeah.
basically it makes them all run because
Yeah.
the two middle sisters are like,
Because Josefina says she tries to like dispel the sisters fighting by like joking or doing like playful things. So she's trying to get them to stop fighting, and she's like, "Race to the stream."
and it kind of works.
It does a little bit.
Temporarily, but once they get there, oops, another sister trap. They start splashing each other with water. Hee hee hee, ha ha ha. Lots of trouble.
Oh, sisters.
Oh, sisters. And then it's very cute. They finally get down to business. They're like, okay, well, we're not here to wash our clothes. We're here to wash, like, the clothes on our backs.
Mhm.
We're here to wash the dirty, stinky clothing. Silly girls.
Put that away.
Put that away. Time to work now.
It's chore time.
Chore time. Because one thing an American girl's got to do is have a chore.
It's chore, except for Samantha.
Yeah. And you know what? Maybe she would have been different
If she had
if she had a chore.
Yeah, Nellie had chore.
Maybe Nellie will make Samantha do chore as like a
hope
responsible
so.
older sister. Something to file for our next yap. So it is interesting they use a yucca root.
Yucca.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They break it down.
And they make soap out of it.
I know.
Which was crazy.
I didn't know that.
I was like, what?
I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah.
So they break it down to like a soapy
Yeah,
fiber,
they, like,
and then they grind it in to the
It's
water.
kind of cool.
It is cool. A
Wanna find out more.
natural remedy.
Yucca fries are really good too.
They are very delicious. Quite good. I was like, multifunction.
We can do everything with yucca.
We can do everything with a plant. Plant girls. Okay, but the fun is not to be had much because even though it's a beautiful sunny day out, a cloud casts over the girls' hearts. Because they all kind of fall silent, and this is something that has been happening off and on between the sisters for the last year or so because their mother died a little over a year ago. And they say that the sun is shining so brightly and like their clothes will dry quicker than usual on laundry day because it must be Mondays are laundry days in heaven too.
As their mom used
and
to
their
say.
mama is looking down at them.
Yeah.
And making it a good, beautiful
And they miss her.
day. And they miss their mama. And it's a very melancholy. They're all still dealing with that is why this book is sad, and I think why you will cry in the next book too.
Okay, this part wasn't the part that made me cry.
Oh, I figured that you were talking about the later part where Josefina thinks a lot more about her mother's death. Yes. I know a thing or two about you.
I did read this part and I was like, oh no. I thought I was done.
I think they're dealing a lot with the grief, and we learn about their father's personality a little bit more.
He's un poco triste.
Later. So and he's kind of the strong silent type.
Yeah.
He's not going
Papa.
to show his emotions, Papa.
Yeah.
To his little girls.
No.
So anyway, they're like, isn't that nice? And they talk about like what their mom would have said, and
yeah,
it's cute.
tough.
So then they kind of go about continuing their chores, and then all of a sudden, Josefina looks up, and Francisca points out that there's flowers across the stream, these little yellow flower buds, and she's like, "Oh, Mom like loved those.
The primroses.
They're primroses, evening primroses specifically."
Ooh.
And she's like, if you go get them, because they haven't wilted because they're in the shade, you could add them to Mama's memory box that Josefina keeps.
I did tear up a little bit thinking about like a memory box.
It's very cute. I like it. I like it specifically because it says that the box that she keeps with all these like little special things of her mom's was given to her, and it was her mom's when she was like alive. So it's not just like, I mean, it would be nice even if it was just like a shadow box, but
it's
cute.
more metaphorical even.
Yeah, that
it's
she
mom's
was
box of mom.
It's the Pandora's mom box.
Yeah.
Mama's box.
Box of mom's box.
Mama Dora's box.
Yeah. Mamacita.
Mamacita? Mommy?
Mommy?
Of a person. But the box is also like an ancestral thing. So it's her great grandfather had carved into it, and it has all these like beautiful like sun like designs carved into it.
I know. I
and-
wish I could wood carve sometimes.
Oh my gosh, a little whittle.
Yeah.
Little
People who can
knick-knack.
whittle are deeply impressive, I think.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Any like true like crafty skill,
Yes.
craftsman skill is very
Like an old world skill.
It's very impressive.
Yeah.
Yes. And they talk a lot about it in the Peek to the Past here. So she goes and she decides that she will go get some of those flowers. So she tiptoes across a little log across the stream and she picks them and puts them in her pocket in a way so that they won't get crushed. But then as she's like walking her way back, she's like, I might make a little goof, a little gaff.
And she's being a little silly girl.
Yes. She's kind of like a comedian.
Yeah.
She like waffles back and forth and she's like, oh, whoa. And her sisters are like, ah, hee, hee, hee. Stop fooling around.
But Anna's like, stop.
She's like, how can you be so shy and timid and sweet with everybody else? But when you're with your sisters, you are just a hoot and a holler.
I did think about this as one thing that I think both of us will have trouble relating to Josefina on because neither of us is shy. You know? But I was like, I guess I don't understand shyness.
Also, I guess, hot take, maybe we'll feel it more in the other books. I don't feel like she's really been shy so much as it seems like she's a little weak-willed.
She's weak.
Well, that's okay. The real plot of this book is meet Josefina, and then the byline should just be a young girl learns how to be brave against a goat.
Yeah, but that's important.
And also gains a new family member.
I don't think I would fight a goat, but we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
It's but like really, like realistically, it's about like Josefina learns courage is the real like tagline for the book.
But she is like known as being like the shy one.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Like the timid one.
I'm curious if it'll kind of continue.
She's scared of thunder, snakes, and guns.
And that's valid.
And especially, so it sounds like she's scared of loud noises.
Yeah, I feel like she's gonna have like a trauma. Like, I feel like there's gonna be like a big storm, and later, I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't read that far ahead, but
I haven't read any
I
of
feel like
them.
there's gonna be like a big storm in one of her later books.
In Saves the Day, maybe.
And she's gonna have to be so brave.
We'll have to see how many more times they mention what she's afraid of.
Yeah, it just felt like an interesting enough
Forward foreshadowing.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, it's very funny. She's like hee hee ha ha. And then they start making fun of their grandfather.
Mm-hmm. Abuelito.
More sibling bonding.
Yeah.
Yes, abuelito.
Yeah, Grandpa is a funny little man.
He's far, far away though right now.
Yeah.
He's, well, not so far away. They know he's coming back.
Yeah.
Sometime.
He's en route.
He's approaching imminently.
Mm-hmm. Any
in
day
a
now.
Caravan.
Yeah.
And we'll get there. We're not quite there to them totally talking about it. Well, yeah, actually we are. Never mind. Haha. Skipping around on my own thing. They're reminiscing about him. He's been gone 6 months. On the Camino Real.
Yeah.
And that is a big long path from Mexico City up past a bunch of different settlements and cities and villages, basically all the way to like Santa Fe.
Yeah, you can say the Royal Road if you want to. That's what it means.
I could say that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Camino Real.
There they were.
Yeah.
On the Royal Road. Unfortunately, I did say that was the word I couldn't totally pronounce right because I can't make that R sound in my mouth.
Yeah, Real is hard.
And I won't humiliate myself.
I'll just say it for you.
I love that. That's why I have you here.
See?
You're gonna help me. And the girls end up daydreaming about how one day they hope that they can join the caravan. And Anna dreams sort of like about not Anna, Francisca says that she kind of wishes that she could go and live with their Tia Dolores.
Yeah.
Because Tia Dolores lives far, far away, and she's been there for over 10 years now. So Francisca can just barely remember it, and Anna is the one. Oh, you know what? I think Anna must be 19 because she says that she was 9 when their Tia left, and then it's been 10 years. We learn since she's been home. Clara is the one who has like no patience for delusions.
Yeah.
She seems to be the uptight sister.
There's always one.
There's
There's always
gotta
a
be one.
wild one, which is Francisca.
Yes.
And there's one who's like a fucking nerd, and that's Clara.
Yes.
And there's the responsible one.
Which is by proxy their
Anna.
eldest sister.
And then there's the sweet one. It's Josefina.
It's pretty cute.
They got the sisters.
She got
Got
'em.
'em.
Valerie got those archetypes.
I wonder if
locked
these
'em
are based
down.
off Valerie's sisters.
That would be the real tea.
I'd be like, which one am I?
She'd be like, which one are you, Valerie? pointed out.
Oh, Francisco, the slightly mean one.
Oh, Francisco could be. So it's funny. And Francisco's like, well, I was like nearly 6 and I remember her. So bye. And then Josefina's had enough of them bickering, so she tries to keep the peace by asking what each of the sisters is hoping that their abuelito will bring with him.
Abuelito.
And what did I say?
Oh,
well, yeah, that would
grandma.
be wrong, wouldn't it? What they want him to bring back for them. And Anna says that she wants shoes for her sons, which is cute. And then Clara wants the plow for her papa, which is very cute. And then Francisca is vain. That's her other personality trait. And she just wants some lace so she can make like some pretty little dresses and stuff. And then Clara immediately kind of clocks her for it and is like, you always like, you should be practical. And then Josefina interrupts again and is like, well, I'm hoping for chocolate.
They're like,
we can all agree
chocolate.
on. And yes, and they all get like giggly and hee hee ha ha, excited. And then this is where this chapter gets like bizarrely serious, like really suddenly. Anna is like, well, Josefina, you didn't really say like what you're wishing for. And Josefina, she's like, maybe you're like, perhaps you're waiting for a surprise. And Josefina's like, perhaps. But then
maybe,
it's like,
maybe my wish is more complicated.
Yeah. And then it's like, the truth is that Josefina didn't know how to process the feeling that she had deep in her heart, which was really that she hoped that her sisters would stop fighting and that there could be peace amongst them forever and that there would be no longer any conflict between them as sisters since their mother was gone and the burden was on them to maintain the peace in their family.
Yeah. It's like a kid at wishing for snow and the parent reading the Santa wish list being like, well, I can't do that.
Yeah, that's not. And then there's a very sad page on page 14 is when Josefina, it talks about how she felt like when their mom died that the world had ended and she didn't know how life could go
That was
on
crazy.
for all of the. This was like the first kind of hit for me where I was like, oh, we're actually getting pretty in it, because I wasn't sure how much their mom would or wouldn't be discussed.
No, I think Mama will be a shadow over
it. In the next book,
oh no,
she's like a big,
the ghost of Mama.
Oh, ghost of Mama heavy in the next book. In a good way. It's very beautiful, but it's very, oh no, the ghost of Mama is here.
Uh-oh. Good for Caroline.
Good for Caroline. Good for Caroline's tears.
Yeah, finally a reason to cry.
But basically, in a kind of a nice way, it says that like as the year passed, Josefina started to notice that like there are daily rhythms and things that she could fall back into,
very adult
patterns, very adult. And I was like, okay,
like
Josefina,
that's what people literally tell me about grief.
Yeah, all right. Josefina's like, I've unlocked it at 9. I've processed every stage of grief and I have accepted it.
Life goes on, she says.
Life goes on, she says.
Did they do something crazy she said that was like very profound?
Which one?
I forget. It was like it was about Mama being around in memories. And like oh no, this did make me tear up. She said she realized that she would always love her mom, so she would always miss her mom.
Oh yeah. There's a couple times
I'm like, damn, so true.
Later in the book, in the flower sequence,
yeah,
that was where I was like, this child is struggling.
It must be hard to lose your mom when you're like 8.
Because I think you really can't rationalize it.
I don't think you can as much as you can when you're slightly older. Like I think you're not so little that you don't know it happened, but I think you're little enough that it's like a harder concept. I'm interested in that in a kind of auxiliary way.
Oh, you're gonna get it in a visceral way.
Cool. I'm excited.
So anyway, so when she's done ruminating deeply, as 9-year-old children are known to do, she gets up and Clara's like, uh-oh, here comes a surprise, but not one you'll be happy to see. And there's a bunch of goats that are coming their way, but one goat in particular,
Florecita,
is one that Florecita is one that Josefina has got beef with. This is a mean bitch goat, okay? And she'll basically eat anything. She says she's a sneaky, nasty bully. And Josefina's kind of like, oh my God, here she comes. And she tries to she's like very weakly, like,
I get
stay back. Yeah. Animals are scary. Y'all ever seen that news lady be like, I'm like Barbara with like 12 news. Could you please not hit me, chew my coat? And then that goat like headbutts
Goats
her.
are scary in particular, I think, because of their satanic eyes, and they are unpredictable in a way that's off.
They've got like sleeper scariness to them.
I also think goats are the number one animal that is so cute as a baby and then so ugly as an adult.
Yeah, they do get spooky
They're
looking.
so cute as little baby
Yeah,
goats.
little meh.
Yeah, the meh.
Yeah.
And they're so tiny.
Then they
little
get big
bodies.
and then they're like meh.
And then their eyes are the worst part. The side pupils.
I kind of like that their freak shit is like rectangles. I think that's cool. I think that it's neat that they were like, what if our eyes were shaped like TV boxes?
I just think it's funny that she has beef with a goat.
It's very cool. And the beef
And everyone knows it.
The beef is a through line of this book, which is very, very funny. Anyway, Josefina is not brave, really, so she kind of half-assed tries to get the goat away from her, but to no avail, the goat wins and ends up knocking her into the stream and knocking all her flowers out into the water.
Chewing them up.
Munch, munch, yum, yum.
There's a very funny picture of her.
Yeah, she's
looking angry as the goat chews on her.
She's bummed, her butt's wet, her whole skirt's in the water, and all her flowers, except for one.
Kept one.
She got one. So that's nice.
Yeah.
It's not total devastation.
I don't know why her sisters didn't help her in this situation.
No, I don't either, especially because I'm like, she's the littlest sister, literally and figuratively. So why not protect
Like, grab
her?
the goat and move it
Yeah,
away.
seems
If none
like-
of them are afraid of Florecita.
This doesn't seem like the time
Yeah.
to settle the score.
Like,
let
be
her
brave.
settle
They're like,
it.
fix it.
Yeah, they're like
They're
20
like,
feet
kick her.
away. Yeah, they're like, just shoo harder. And she's like, I'm 9.
I did picture this scene having like nannied and watched kids
Yeah.
when they're scared of something and they just like weakly back up and you're
Yeah.
like, that's the wrong way to go.
You're like, that's wrong.
Like,
It's gonna be bad for
it's
you.
gonna think that it has you now.
So you can't win them all, and Josefina didn't win this one. She tried to stand up to Florecita, and it didn't work out.
Florecita 1, Josefina 0.
For now. So she is glad that she got at least one little sprig to put in her mom's box. And then she's like, I know one thing the caravan can't bring me, the courage to stand up to a goat.
Metaphorical again.
And that's the end of chapter 1.
Long chapter.
A long chapter. The next 3, not that long.
Much easier.
Much easier, much quicker.
Still a lot happens.
A lot does happen. And like I said, I'm kind of breezing over some of it because I'm going to cover some of the things into the peek into the past. So chapter 2, Abuelito's surprise. So after a little afternoon siesta,
A little nap.
little nap time.
My favorite thing about the Spanish, actually.
Where it just kind of comes in, or
Yeah,
where
they're
it
just
says
like-
it. Yeah.
I like that, but I meant I like siestas.
Oh yeah.
Like when I was in, I lived
We
in
should bring them here.
Barcelona for 6 weeks. So like lived, whatever. But it was so nice that it was just like at like 4, everyone took like a little nap till 6.
Yeah.
And you're just like, all right,
Dream.
let's like take a
I
little
love
snooze,
that.
a little honk shoe.
Especially like in the heat of the day.
Well, yeah,
Or
and
like
to
when it's
even
passing, and then it's like you wake up and you're ready.
you didn't have to sleep. It's just like a time to like chill out.
Chill out.
Yeah, and just take a little.
Have no obligation.
Yeah, I would take so many siestas. Also because people eat so late
Yeah.
that you're like, I might as well sleep for a few hours.
Yeah.
until
Take a
dinner.
little load off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I do like that's a little side note that's also good. How they like kind of put the Spanish in it in a way that you can still figure out what it means. And there is a glossary in the back. But like, did you feel like you could like figure out what most of the words meant?
Yeah. I
But
think
from
so.
context
Or the
clues.
ones that I didn't. Honestly, I would just go to the glossary and be like, what is that word?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
I liked it. And I think the integration is it doesn't feel like
Heavy-handed?
hokey.
Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't feel like a white woman wrote a book about a Mexican American
It's mostly
girl.
objects, which I think is a smart way to go.
Yes.
You know, there's gracias, but like that's the only one that's like in the middle of someone speaking, kind of. It's not like Spanglish. Yeah. Yeah, the ranchers are cool. I like them. Yeah, there's 2 courtyards. One's for, like, working and one's for, like, entertaining.
Leisure.
Yeah. I like the rancho styles of, like, the house is, like, the perimeter of, like, the gardens.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's kinda fun.
It's neat.
Yeah.
It feels very secret garden-y. Or
Yeah.
very, like, I don't know, I think it's
Feels
just
like a quiet opulence a little bit to have,
Yeah,
like,
I was
your
gonna
own
say
secret, like, indoor
it's
surrounded by your house.
a more clever way of home building.
Yeah.
We're losing the recipes.
I was just thinking that because you have to think, like you just said, with, like, shadows and when you want it like, it's gonna be hot midday, so we want the shadow of the building to fall in the courtyard midday. Like, you have to think that before you build it,
Right.
you know?
No, it's
Like,
so cool.
I think yeah, if I was gonna say it's funny you said that because I was gonna say, like, we're losing the art of, like, good construction.
Oh, yeah, like a home that's built to work with the environment that it's in, instead of just being, "It's a smart house," and slapping, like, 18 solar panels on it. It's like, what if you just built a house that was meant to be cooler at certain
Well,
hot points of
Adobe
the
style
day?
houses are even built for
Yes,
that, to be, like,
literally.
in the desert, you
So
know?
smart.
Yeah.
So she lives in one that's very smart. She lives in the smart home of the past. Of 1824, she lives in the smartest home. Also a house that's meant to house multiple people and often, like, families too. So there's lots of and servants. We do talk about that in the peek in the past.
Are they servants?
It's a tough there's some things that I'd like to do more research on as we read in these books,
I was
because
thinking
there
that
are a
too.
couple things that I caught in the book that aren't explicitly addressed.
Yeah, like, what was the nature of this servant
Yeah,
relationship? Because it
right.
says they're from the Indian reservation, which
Right.
historically was not, like, a great
Not a
relationship.
good thing. Yeah. So we will get
We
to
will
it.
get to it, and I'll do some research.
Yeah, I love it. So anyway, Josefina's in the courtyard. She's looking at these plants and she's just basically like she's been taking care of them since her mom died. And
Yeah.
she's been
It's her
very
little
dutiful. Yeah,
project,
she's
yeah.
been very dutiful about it. And as she's looking, Papa emerges from the
Daddy.
shadows. He's hot. He's hot.
Yeah, daddy.
Mm, yeah, Daddy.
Daddy.
He's hot.
He's got I know, even with his mutton chops,
Yeah.
he looks like a strong
And he's
man.
built.
Oh, yeah.
He's got worker's hands
He's got
for
the face
sure.
of man I love and the body of man you love.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's like
He's the ideal
he's the ideal man for two blonde women here.
It'd be Jover for us at a bar with Papa.
That's true. Papa, he'd take good care of us, and I believe that. And he's like I said earlier, he's sort of the strong, silent type. He's so tall that Josefina has to lift her chin up to look at his face. I filed that away in this Celia Bank. Um, and it's just cute. It says like, "Oh, like things grew well for your mama, don't you think?" And she's like, "Yep." And mama loved her flowers, and he's like, "So she did." And they just kind of like sit there together.
It kind of acknowledges that Papa's having a tough time with Mama being dead.
Yeah,
Because they're like, they know he doesn't like to talk about it.
it's
A man with feelings.
it's cute.
Yeah.
And it's cute that like Josefina kind of understands her father enough too that like just because he's not maybe talking
Yeah.
about it.
Because she's shy too.
Cause she's shy too.
Yeah, like Papa.
She's like her papa.
You're just.
You are like papa. But he's not like papa because he's good. He does tease her a little bit. He says he heard that Florecita also likes the flowers.
Yeah.
And Josefina gets embarrassed by this.
Yeah.
But
He's like,
not,
heard that goat wrecked you.
not to worry, that king just wanted to drop that comment and then move immediately
Yeah.
on from it. So then she reflects that like Mama used to say that they were so alike, that they were both quiet, except with their family. But they were full of ideas inside. And that's crucial also to the end of the book. I will give Valerie credit that in this book we get a lot more internal rumination,
Yeah.
which is kind of
She's
interesting.
thoughtful, yeah.
which is cool because if you're gonna make a shy girl,
She gotta have a lot of thought.
if you don't give us any of her internal feelings,
No, she's very observant, I feel like.
yes,
Yeah.
like she is a wallflower.
She's an empath, I think.
She's Caroline, she might be.
No, I
She
do
might
think
be
like,
so.
I do think she's making more observations of people than the typical girls.
Yeah, and I like that we get them almost always after we get a scene that kind of shows it. So
Yeah.
it's not like so they do show us and then they tell us.
And then she thinks about it.
And
Yeah.
then she
She
percolates.
cooks.
She let her cook.
Yeah.
She's gonna cook a lot. So then he helps Josefina. He pours out the last little bit of water and then he gives it back to her before he goes back out to the fields. And Josefina takes this gourd of water and she heads into the kitchens. It's a bus. It's a
Yeah.
hustling. It's a bustling.
I know they're getting ready for the
For the
fandango,
fandango.
which is like a giant party.
Big party time.
Yeah.
There's going to be music and food and joy.
I wanna go.
And sing it. Oh my God. The way they describe this party later in the book.
Seemed fun.
So fucking
Yeah.
fabulous. We don't throw fandangos like we used to.
We should throw a
I think
fandango.
we should throw a fandango. It sounds like it bangs.
Yeah.
But the caravan is like now truly it might be today, it might be tomorrow, we don't know for sure.
But it's coming.
But it's very soon. We've heard whisper on the wind from the town nearby that's not explicitly named, but we know Santa Fe is like a couple mile.
It's a day away. So they're I'm guessing they're below Albuquerque. They might be in Las Cruces.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So
around there. So they
somewhere around
the
there.
town might be Las Cruces.
They might have heard a whisper on
Yeah.
the wind if somebody was in town recently that like, okay.
And I
It's
did
coming.
botch that pronunciation, but my mouth is still
Oh, I'm sure botch more. So
still numb from my
this is a
dentist.
safe space. So anyway, the sisters are like all kind of panicking. They're trying to make lots of tortillas for the party. They're making lots of different
that's how
dishes.
stressed everyone is when they're
Yeah.
not making enough tortillas.
Everyone's stressed. Yeah.
Anna is crashing out.
She's like, it's over for me.
I kind of
She's
felt like
kind of single-handedly I said everybody's helping, but it's more like everybody's in the area and like Anna is doing like all of the work.
I feel like it was mentioned, but I don't think it was really highlighted that Anna is like having to take her mother's place while also having her own kids, but she's also having to like take care of her dad and like raise her siblings.
Yeah, it's insane.
And I was like, I think Anna's having a real tough time.
Oh, it's over for her. And Josefina clocks this. And we'll notice some impact on Anna's life later. But basically everybody in town is invited and everybody from the nearby. Okay, I did some Googling on this. The book refers to them as Pueblo Indians. Is that the correct term?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a tribe.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody's invited anyway around town. Anyway, so they're yapping in the kitchen and then all of a sudden they hear a hustle and a bustle in the distance. The funniest part about this is describing the sound of the wheels, which I guess must be amplified because there's so many of them kind of coming in.
It's huge. It's a caravan.
It's like a huge group of people, and there they come over the horizon into
Cloud of
view,
dust.
cloud of dust, like lots of people, and some people start settling out further out and like setting up their little encampments, and then some of the like merchants and people who have like more like perishable like goods and things set up closer to the rancho. But the girls are like, oh my gosh, like what is this? And they're looking out and they see that Papa has ridden out to meet what is it, the muleteer?
Yeah, the muleteer.
Which I love.
Yeah,
What
that's
a
a fun word.
What a fun word. Who's helping kind of drive like the herd of animals that they also have with them. And there's just lots of people and lots of wagons, and the girls are like, oh my gosh. And then they notice something. Papa approaches Abuelito, and there's a woman on a horse next to him.
Who could it be?
A very tall woman.
Yeah.
Josefina loves to say how tall this woman is.
She loves people with heights.
Yes, she says
Yeah.
it a lot. I think it must be because she's so itty bitty.
Yeah, she's so teeny.
She's the tiniest girl yet.
She's the littlest girl ever.
She's the littlest girl ever. I would put her at the bottom of the height ranking right now.
I was gonna ask you, and I was gonna agree.
She's for sure at the bottom.
She's so tiny.
Right now, she's itty bitty.
She's Josefinita.
Maybe she'll have a growth spurt.
Yeah, I don't want her to grow.
Okay. She's going to stay small forever.
Yeah, she's my little bucket girl.
Her genetics be damned. So anyway, as they all settle in, the sisters decide to run out and join their father in greeting their grandfather. And he's like, oh my gosh, like, oh my
He's so
girls.
jolly.
He's so jolly. He's so excited to be back.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, I promise, like, this is the last time I'm going away.
I'm getting too old for this shit.
And they're like, haha,
You
like, you
always
say that every
leave.
time. And he's like, oh, my beautiful granddaughters, you guys are so silly, developing a crazy personality while I've been gone 6 months. And then he's like, oh, but this time I've brought the greatest surprise ever. And the girls are kind of like, I don't see a gift
Que
anywhere.
pasa?
And he's like, look at this beautiful woman. My
Hola.
other daughter.
Tia Dolores.
There she is. Yay.
Like, yay.
We got her. And so basically he's like, now I have no reason to ever go to Mexico City again because my other daughter is here and nothing is to be worried about.
And everything is here now in New Mexico.
Everything here now is here.
Don't need
and
to go to
good.
Old Mexico.
Old Mexico who? Boo.
Boo, yucky.
Bye. 6-month drive.
No, thank
thanks.
you.
I'm not interested in that.
Don't mean Mexico City, I have Santa Fe, he says.
That's right. Santa Fe. I gotta play it for you. Because I love the musical Newsies, and the character in that loves the Santa Fe. We never go to Santa Fe in that musical.
It's a beautiful town.
Critical that you know that.
Good to know.
Anyway, so Tia Dolores gracefully gets off her horse. She meets the family. She's greeted. She's welcomed. She tells Anna that she's very like her mother, and then she's like, "Oh my gosh, like the rest of you were so young. Like when I left, like
You weren't even alive.
you guys were barely even here." Yeah, and she's like, "Josefina, hello, you weren't even born.
You didn't even exist.
Now you're here, but I'm so happy to meet you. Yay!" And the girls are like, "Oh my god," they're like basically kind of like shell shocked. Low key, they're shell shocked.
I think the funniest thing about this, which it's sweet, but also shows how maybe scarred these girls are by their mom dying, is they all immediately lock in on Tia Dolores, and they're like, Tia Dolores will solve all of our problems. She is beautiful, she is elegant, she is tall. Her hair, reddish brown, beautiful, so different than our mom, but so similar, and we need a mom.
Oh, yeah. I was like, okay, like Josefina is also like, she's a little uneasy because she's shy. And she does, appraise it for every way that she's different from Mama. She's like, this woman has a harsh, sharp face, nothing like
Yeah,
my
she's
beautiful,
like, my mom
soft
was
mother.
much prettier.
She goes through like this whole laundry list of kind of like reads on
Derogatory, like-
Tia Dolores's vibe. But then at the end, it is cute. Like Tia Dolores is like throws her head back and like laughs.
It is Mama's laugh.
And Josefina's like, if I close my eyes, it's almost like Mama is here laughing with me. So that is very cute. And they're like, well, you must excuse us, like we haven't prepared you any place to sleep. And
she's like, why would you?
Tia Dolores is like, whatever, like you didn't even know it was coming. Ha 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 ha. And then this is kind of like my favorite part of this chapter. Abuelito gets really on one.
This is a long story.
Okay. It's so fucking long. And this is what I mean by like, this is a good book, but it covers a lot of ground. And sometimes it spends so much time on like,
this felt like in a
least
movie we would have
engaging part.
flashed to like the actual event happening.
Yes. Instead it's like, hey, here's the whole thing.
So let me tell you a long
Let me
story.
tell you a tale. So they eventually they settle into the house, and they're kind of having like little like nips and dips. It seems like little food.
Un merienda, which is a snack.
Yeah,
Yeah.
love that. Add it to the glossary.
I will.
But okay. So basically,
Yeah.
what
Shorten
happened
it for
was,
us.
okay, TLDR. Abuelito is like, okay, so the craziest thing about bringing my daughter back is that she's a psycho and loves her piano. And Tia Dolores has this beautiful, beautiful, like custom piano, and she's basically like, over my dead body, am I leaving Mexico City without this piano? And Abuelito's like, okay, well, I came here to collect you, so
I have to hitch this giant
get on
piano.
it. So I guess I'm putting this huge piano in a huge crate, and then I'm putting this huge crate on my huge wagon. So I have to like take up a whole wagon just for your fucking piano. And he's like, ha ha ha, she kills me. Oh my God, she almost ended our lives. Ha 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 ha. Until she saved us all, actually. And everybody's like, what? What happened? And they enter this like little kind of canyon-ish area with like some walls where like thieves and scoundrels,
Ladrones.
some thieves could come get them. And it's interesting. Basically, these like thieves attack the caravan. They overturn the wagons, and there's animals getting scared, and the ox are running off, and the horses are spooked. But one of the wagons that they knocked over had the piano in it, and it cracks the box, and it makes a psycho noise. Reverberates like a bomb, basically going off, and scares them all away.
I can't believe the piano was okay. I read that. I was like, so the piano broke?
I literally was like, oh, so the piano's gone. Piano is over. No, piano's not over. Piano has suffered minor scuff damage.
Which I can't imagine.
No.
But sure.
And
I'll suspend disbelief.
There's no way that this incredibly fragile piano survived what this sequence is. But anyway, it is. So basically, Josefina's like, so it was the piano hurt? And he's like, no, child. Like, he's like still riding the high. So he kind of is like, no, the piano's fine. And then Josefina's like, okay, can I see it?
And he's like, no. And then Papa's like, I want to see it.
Okay, this, again, I was like, why wouldn't you let her see it?
Because I think it's so fucking hard to get off.
Probably, but it's
Yeah.
already kind of just like sitting there anyway.
I
So
guess.
Papa's like, I'll like take
It's
care
like my
of
girls
it.
have never heard music like this before. Play it for them.
Yeah. And so Tia Dolores, they unbox the piano and then she does play for them. And I found this very charming. Josefina is like enamored.
She's transported
with
by
the
this music. Yeah.
She loves it. She feels it in her body, in her soul, in her heart.
She's like obsessed with piano music.
All of her feelings of like badness and grief are like gone for a moment while she like dances like a reed in the wind. And I thought it was very cute. We have a friend who sometimes says like she just doesn't like listen to music, like get music. She doesn't say it like quite like that, but basically that like she's like, I think I care the least about music out of all of us. And I'm like, I'm somebody where I have some sort of noise on almost all the time. When I'm working, when I'm driving, when I get up in the morning, when I fall asleep. So I was like, Josefina, I understand you.
That's how I feel about a fiddle.
Like into music.
Yeah.
A fiddle would move you.
When I hear a fiddle, I'm like, oh God.
Takes me back.
It's just like the sound of a sad fiddle. I'm just like, wow, that is your heart.
Yeah. That's me with a really good like chorus.
Yeah.
Like a good choir of voices all together.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I get it. But it
Heaven
is funny
sent.
how like now the music is like her new thing.
Yeah, so music is new thing. And after that they pack up the piano and Josefina is like, I'll be back for you. And she wanders off to think about making a little gift for her aunt.
Yeah, she's so jazzed by like her aunt's presence and her aunt's musical ability that she's like, I gotta do something.
Yeah.
Like I think it's very cute. That
It is
she's
cute.
Like,
it's very little kid.
yeah, she's like, I have to show her something nice now that like now that she's shown us something
Now
nice.
that she's unlocked my worldview forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She locks in on gift.
She locks in on gift.
Yeah.
So speaking of, chapter 3, a gift for Tia Dolores.
This is where I cried, maybe.
This one is, I think this is the most emotional chapter. The last chapter is honestly pretty boring.
Pretty Full House
No
sitcom-y,
offense.
kind of.
Chapter 3 is the most like moving chapter, I think, in this book. So the sisters are getting ready. The fandango will be tonight. And Josefina slips out to make a bouquet of flowers for Dolores. And so the thing though is that her garden, it's made up of hardy little desert plants.
Yeah, little wildflowers.
But there's only so many things like that are long enough and that she deems beautiful enough to add to the bouquet, which is cute.
Well, it's also cute because the flowers that they're growing are from seeds that Tia Dolores gave to her mom. So she's like, it'll be nice to like give my aunt the seeds that she gave to her sister now flowers. So she's really thoughtful.
She's thinking about it. There's layers.
Yeah.
So she picks all the flowers and she makes like a beautiful little bouquet and she's like, this is kind of boring. So she takes a little blue sash out of her hair.
That Grandpa gave them,
Grandpa gave them to wrap it up and make it look nice and pretty.
And she's like, ooh la la,
She's
perfect
like,
bouquet.
wow.
So cute.
And she's like, but I don't want to ruin the surprise, so I have to find some place to hide it. But while she's looking for a place to hide it, Papa alert. Papa finds her and he's like, what are you doing here in the dark, child? She's like, with like this huge bouquet of flowers in her hand. And he's like, what is that? Like, and she's like, well, it's a gift for Tia Dolores. Like, I wanted to surprise her and have something nice. And he's like, that is a very fine idea. Later at the party, I'm going to introduce her to everybody in the community.
And Papa's in on it immediately.
Yeah, he's like, great. I've got the perfect presentation plan for you.
You, me, same wavelength.
Locked in.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'll just give you the cue to go get those flowers out to give to everybody.
Yeah.
To give to your Tia, rather.
He's like, I'm in on this, girl.
And she's like, oh my God, that's so perfect. And then she goes and hides the flowers under a bench in the passageway, which...
Worst place to hide.
I don't want to blame anybody for anything
that victim blame
later in this chapter, but it does feel a little bit like it was
a bad place.
Her fault.
Yeah.
Not
as good as tea kettle and scarf hiding.
Yeah, it's a little different, but sometimes the consequences of our actions resonate throughout our lives. So we get right into the fandango after this. Party time. Lots and lots of people showing up at the house. Some musicians set up and they strike up the music.
Everyone's dancing, eating tortillas.
It's amazing. Laughing,
all
guffawing,
the food.
Exchanging
so good,
stories. Everything's delicious.
Yeah, music popping.
Anna has single-handedly made this party happen.
Thrown a town-wide party.
Yeah, she's like, haha, anyway, And she's definitely not crashing out about it.
No, her husband Tomas, who I wish we had a picture of.
I know. I'm hoping we'll get him in the
I'm
later
hoping he's a
books.
cutie.
I'm hoping we'll collect him like a
Let's
Pokemon.
grab him. Finally she has some time to dance with Tomas.
Yes,
and
it's
then
cute.
Francesca.
Yes, the older sisters are allowed to dance, but Josefina and Clara are not allowed.
Let them dance.
Okay, but the art is a little funny. I feel like they could let them like in the room.
No, they have to watch.
But they have to peek in through a little window in the courtyard.
Dancing is too sexy.
Too sexy and too charged.
Yeah.
They're not allowed to celebrate with their bodies yet. And once again, we get a little Josefina, like, music aside. She loves the music. It's shimmying in her body. It's speaking to
That
her.
mariachi.
She yearns to dance. She just loves it. It tickles her feet.
She's a music girl.
It just had to move. So she's tip-tapping her toes, and it's very cute. And then this is hilarious. It says that, like, every so often they can hear like a booming of their abuelito, who is telling the same fucking story over and over again about the fucking piano.
But fabricating more and more about the amount of robbers who are around.
More and more details, and the more and more people that he gets to tell, the story is becoming more ridiculous.
Which is relatable for a grandpa.
I literally was like, classic grandfather behavior. So that's happening, and then she gets like this signal from Papa that it's go time. It's time for her to bring the flowers. So she runs to the passageway and she kneels under the bench, but there are no flowers there to be seen. And she is like, oh my God, oh no, did somebody find them? What happened? I left them right here. Nothing. And then she realizes something. Oh no. Her greatest enemy, Floresita, has returned to get her ultimate revenge.
It sucks.
Absolutely munchin' flowers. It's Munch City.
What is the goat doing in the house?
Okay. I also was like, why was the goat so far away from where she needed to be that she ended up in a hallway? To me, a goat would have been way more interested in like just munching on the bushes in the courtyard.
Or honestly, like a tablecloth.
Right.
Yeah.
So anyway, miraculously, the goat has found the exact place it shouldn't be.
Because Floresita's her up.
Big time.
She knew that Josefina did that.
Yeah. Josefina was like...
It was targeted. She wasn't even hungry.
Floresita was like, I know, I'm going to get back at this girl.
Yeah.
For nothing. Being a child.
She's enemy number one.
Yeah. Public enemy number one. And I'm going to take her little butt down. So Josefina's despondent. She's really upset. She the ribbon is stained, everything is trampled, everything is messed up. And she finds the goat and she's so upset, and she can see all the different flowers getting like gnashed up in her mean little goat teeth.
The ribbon's ruined.
It's devastating. And so Josefina lets it rip.
Yeah.
She gets so upset and she's like, Floresita, I hate you. You're so evil and mean and you're terrible and I hate you. You're the worst goat ever. And she grabs her. She like shoves her and then she like grabs her by the horn and like drags her little butt back into her pen and locks her away in animal jail.
Yeah.
I.e. her pen.
Yeah.
And you know what? She deserved it. But she was so upset that she didn't even have time to be cowardly.
Yeah.
She found the angry courage.
Rage inspired her.
You guys, think about what rage could do for you.
Yeah. To make you fight a goat.
Make you fight a goat. Make you take care of your family.
Think about it.
So Josefina...
Be more rageful.
She was really... Yeah, be more rageful. And she was really happy that she... Well, she's not happy about it yet. She's going to be happy about it. She's still upset. But she's riding that like adrenaline anger high. But then it kind of all comes crashing down. She says, I'll hate you forever, locks the goat away, and then she trudges back to the courtyard, pretty despondent, because she's like...
There's no flowers left.
These flowers are gone. I picked all the best ones. And then a voice calls out, like, what are you doing in the dark? Oh, Tia Dolores.
This is where I got sad.
Yeah, this part's sad. And she can see Tia Dolores, and she's like, well, I made you a bouquet because I wanted to give you a gift, but the goat ate them and ruined it all for you. And like she sniffles. And Tia Dolores is like, I see, okay. And she's like, well, what happened? And she's like, well, I wanted to give you the best one. So I picked all the best flowers, and the flowers were so pretty, and they grew from the seeds that you gave Mama.
I know.
And now...
Which is symbolic that her mom's dead.
Yep. And so she's like, well, I know that because I've been watering them since Mama died, and now they're dead, just like Mama's dead, and they'll never grow back, and my garden will never be good again.
This is where I was like, oh God.
It's so little sad little girl coded.
I know. Oh, it was tough.
And so Tia Dolores is like, well, will you show me your mama's flowers? And so Josefina takes her to the corner of the garden where her flower bushes are. And she's like, look at this. It's over.
It's over for these flowers.
And you know what? Tia Dolores, absolute queen, is
Yeah,
like,
she's really cool.
it's like, I'm going to teach you a lesson, a story. I'm going to tell you a story. And it's about the beauty of life and how it goes on even when things look bad and bleak. Anyway, I'm being dramatic. But basically, she's like, your mama planted these flowers, the roots grew deeply, and because of that, like, they will come back and grow there again. Plus, if it makes it better, I brought you more seeds.
And we can plant them
And
tomorrow.
we can plant them tomorrow. And Josefina's like, you mean it?
Yeah.
Suddenly my tears have dried.
She's like, new mom alert.
Or does she deal with the grief of what it means if her aunt is coming to replace her mom?
I have thoughts.
You're going to want to save them for the next
Yeah.
book.
Oh no.
So anyway, they make a plan to plant the seeds tomorrow. And then Josefina gets to tell the same sad story all over again to her papa because her papa comes out and is like, what has happened? And then she's like, well, Florcita ate my
That
fucking
fucking
bouquet.
goat
That
we
stupid
have.
goat. I hate her. Can we eat her now, please, already? Turn her into a delicious
Wish there was
meal.
a chupacabra out here to eat her.
Exactly. Suck
Yeah.
her blood and leave her dead.
Yeah.
And then Papa's like, wait, is Florcita loose? And Josefina's like,
No, I put
no,
that fucker back
I
in its
put her
crate.
away. It's over. And Papa's like, what?
Brave girl or
Brave girl. I had no idea. And he was like, you didn't even think about it. And she's like, I was too mad to think about being
She's like, I
scared.
was blinded by rage.
Yeah, she's like, it actually wasn't bravery at all. I was so angry. And Papa's like, okay. And anyway, then Tia Dolores is like, well, anyway, I said it's good. And Josefina's like, Tia said it's good. And we're going to plant some more things tomorrow. And now that we have Dolores, everything will be better and everything will be okay and nothing will be wrong ever
Nothing
again.
will ever go wrong here again.
Ever again. And then she does have a cute little thought where she's like, I guess the caravan didn't need to bring me courage. I could do it all on my own.
If I was enraged enough.
Yeah, if I was angry enough.
If I was triggered enough.
And she's like, but then I might have. She has kind of a weird moral of the story. That she's like, guess I didn't need the caravan to learn it because actually the anger was in me all along. And also Tia
That's
Dolores
right.
is here now. And that's the end of this chapter.
Woo!
Okay, chapter 4, our last chapter. Josefina's idea. So next morning, Josefina wakes up, skip in her step, sparkle in her eye. She's never been so excited to get up and do chores.
She's like humming the tune to the piano.
Yeah, she's like, music is my life. Much
Music
like
makes me lose control.
she kind of is like the and she's like, me and Tia Dolores have an unbreakable bond that is shared by music and humming. So she skips around. She's so excited. She's in the kitchen. She's helping out. There's already cooking away at things. Then she's outside. She's working in the garden. She's doing other stuff. And then she finds Tia Dolores. And Tia Dolores is like, well, I'd love like a tour. I want to get to know my new home. Well, like where my family lives, basically. And Josefina's like, I'm #1 tour guide in the world.
Let me show you El Rancho.
I'd love to show you a thing or two. So she gives her the grand tour and she shows her all the different areas. And it talks a lot about like the ranch, farming areas where their animals are kept, where the eggs are gathered, where the courtyards are danced in or not.
Yeah, there's one word I can't remember. I know it by like it starts with an A. It's like aquiesa. It means like it's basically like a drainage ditch. Yeah. That was the only word that I thought they didn't really clearly explain what it was.
No.
Yeah.
I think it's in the glossary though.
Okay, yeah.
But there's a couple where
a way
it just
like
kind of
to
slips
catch
it in there.
Yeah, it's a way to catch water and like
To help with the
route it
crops.
to the right place to the crops. Yeah.
Smart. Like an
I learned about it in
aqueduct.
the detailed ranching podcast I did on the ranch.
See, double helpful
Yeah.
for this book.
No, that was kind of cool. A bonus fact for Caroline.
I
was
do like that.
"Ooh." You guys can listen to the last Golandrinas episode of the Land Bulletin podcast. if
You can
you
add
want.
to the show notes.
Yeah, I will.
I love that. But anyway, Tia Dolores has nothing but positive things to say.
She's a good woman.
She sees all these different things and she's like, wow, how excellent. Like, I'm sure my mother has no, like, gourds, pumpkins this big in her garden. And then she's like, wow, look at all this wool in your like little workshop.
She's like, no one has more wool than you
no
guys.
one has more beautiful wool, not even in God's kingdom. Like, wow, she's really laying it on thick. Honestly,
Yeah,
she's
she
been a
knows
good
that her
auntie.
nieces are hurting, and so
Yeah.
she's like, I'm gonna be the nicest one
I'm
they've
gonna
ever
make it
met.
the best thing ever.
Yeah.
So she's like, here's the seeds to plant. And then she's like, I'll help you for a little bit, but I promised Anna that I would help her. And then I promised Clara that I would do this with her. And I promised Francisca that I would do this with her. And Josefina's like, wow, like Tia Dolores is really helping out everywhere in this family.
Mm-hmm.
We really needed that.
This feels very Full House to me.
I've never seen Full House. Yeah.
We talked about this weekend.
Yeah.
Our pillow talk.
It's a little bit of pillow talk.
But just like the golly, this cool person is like helpful and helps us all.
Yeah.
And like, wouldn't it be cool if they could stay forever?
Wouldn't that be neat? Wink. But before we get there, it's time to say goodbye.
Adios.
So Tia Dolores has little gifts for everybody. She's like a little sewing diary with dress designs and patterns that she gives the girls. But specifically, she gives Josefina a little necklace.
The doll's necklace.
The doll's necklace.
Yeah, finally, the first piece of merch.
That's right, merchandising. And Josefina's necklace has like all these little like handmade beads on
I know,
it.
it's like a stone, and I love stones.
It's very cute.
Yeah, you know, I'm
a stone woman.
I'm a stone girl.
That's right. So it's very cute. So anyway, also, just a side note, there is an earlier part of this chapter before Tia is giving them their gifts where Josefina is basically like, I wish Mama was still here because she was the peacekeeper between Francisca and Clara, and ever since Mama died, they like just kind of bicker and fight all the time. And Tia Dolores has kind of a funny aside where she's just like, oh, like, God be blessed, like the peacemakers that basically like they're kind of a rare breed, and your mom was definitely one of them.
Yeah.
And like, don't worry, like with time, your sisters will
We'll get along.
We'll
yeah.
sort it out, and they'll
Yeah.
figure it out because like you're family after all.
Yeah.
And Josefina's kind of like,
I need your wisdom.
sure, you need to stick around.
You're coming home with me, she says.
Yeah, you're coming home with me. So they all get given their gifts, and it's cute,
And all the gifts she nailed.
yeah, spot
like-
on. And they're like, how did you know? How
And
did
she's
you
like,
know?
I've been taking intel on you guys for years.
Yeah, basically, like anytime Abuelito would come back, he would bring stories, of course, because he loves to tell a story.
Yeah, he's
an
a story
old
man, yeah.
yeah, who is very friendly. But also that sometimes he would write down dictated letters from Mama about like the girls and things that were happening on the rancho that like he could bring and like tell to Tia Dolores.
So she knows them.
She knows them so much, and it shows how much Mama loved them because she so lovingly
wrote about
them to her sister.
Yeah.
So it was very cute. And Tia Dolores is off to see her mother in Santa Fe.
Yeah. They're a day and a half ride from Santa Fe.
So she'll be away.
Yeah.
And while they're getting ready, Josefina's getting kind of melancholy and sad because she's like, damn, I'm about to lose another mother figure.
One I only had for a day so
This one's
far.
pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
And all the sisters are sitting together exchanging like the ways in which like Tia Dolores' presence has made their lives better. Like Anna has like extra help with the boys, and Clara's like, Tia Dolores is very sensible and hardworking. And then Francisca's like, you make her sound really boring.
She's
You
so
suck.
fashionable
She's so
and cool
fashionable
and
neat,
effortless. Yeah.
and she knows everything, and she's teaching me
Elegante.
things.
Suave.
And Josefina's like, have you guys thought about what if we asked Tia Dolores to stay? And all the girls are kind of like,
That's crazy.
okay, shush, 9-year-old. But then, like, they kind of all talk themselves into it. They're like, well, we could. And they're like, okay, well, which sister needs to ask? And then they're like, okay, no, it's not proper for us to ask her to stay. That would have to be a Papa request. And we would have to ask Papa. And then Papa would have to approve.
So they're like, so which one must ask Papa?
Yeah, and then none of them really wants to do it. But then Clara's like, I'll do it. And the sisters are like, eh.
And Francisca's like, I'll do
you're
it.
right, you're
Yeah.
right. And they're
She's
like,
I'll be like, Papa, she stays.
they're like, that's
nope,
not
that's
you.
not right.
That's not how you handle things with our tough but loving, quiet father.
Yeah, our stoic man.
Our stoic man father. So they debate it, and then they're like, okay, I think we should just kind of like all go.
Like tag team it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll back each other up.
That way he'll know that we all want it.
We all want it, and then we'll use Josefina's little cutesy puppy eyes to seal the deal. So they go to Papa, and they're like, hello, Papa. And then he's like, look, I fixed the gate. There will be no more goats in the garden.
And they're like, anyway.
They're like, okay, so
That was a problem last
doesn't
chapter.
seem like that's not a problem anymore.
Yeah.
Great.
New problem.
Thanks
Papa.
for why bother. By the way, Papa, do you think we could ask
A woman to move in.
Tia Dolores to stay here forever? And he's like, what? And they're like, well, she just makes everything better and we love her. And
We miss our mom so much. We need a new mom.
And we miss our mom. Don't you feel guilty about that? They don't say that, but it's implied.
Yeah. And he's like, we'll see.
And he's like, maybe I'll consider it. And then they're like, okay. And then Josefina's like, we need Dolores. And that's not the end of the chapter because this is a long chapter.
Yeah.
There's just a little colon, a little
siesta.
Little accoutrement on the page. So then the girls are like, well, what do you think Papa's going to do? Do you think he's going to ask her? They can see that all of Tia Dolores' stuff is getting loaded up into a wagon.
And they're like, oh no.
So they're like, I guess it didn't work, or I guess he didn't ask her, or I guess she said no, or I guess she doesn't like us, or I guess she doesn't love us.
She hates her guts.
She's leaving us just like Mama.
She hates us. Just everyone leaves us.
Every woman in our lives abandons us. So they're pretty devastated, and Josefina is kind of like, I don't want to say goodbye to her. This
is relatable to me.
And I
won't do that to people. I'm like, I won't say goodbye if I'm upset. I'll just leave.
Well, that's tough.
Yeah. I'm not 9, so I should do better.
There's always room to grow, much like Josefina.
Caroline learns a lesson.
Caroline learns a lesson. Meet Caroline.
I could be Josefina's Abuelito.
There you go. And then she can feel complicated about saying goodbye to you.
Yeah.
So anyway, they're like upset, but then all of a sudden Josefina, because she can't say goodbye, slips away into the house.
Mm-hmm.
But there she notices in the corner, completely unpacked, the piano.
And you know what that means?
That means she's staying, so she rushes back out. And Tia Dolores is like, oh, there you are. Oh, my gosh. And she's like, are you staying? Oh, my God, you're staying?
And she's like, no.
And she's like, no.
Yet.
For now. I am leaving. She's like, no, I am leaving. And Josefina's kind of like, I don't like the sound of that. And she's like, well, when are you going to come back? And she's like, okay, first of all, I need to go see my mom.
Yeah, I haven't seen her in 10 years.
Have not seen in 10 years, child. And Josefina's like, kind of like, okay.
Okay, well, I'll never see my mom again.
Yeah, she's like, okay, so my mom's dead. Is it a competition? I won. Okay, next question. So Josefina's like, well, you're going to come back and I'm so excited and that'll be great. And you'll have so many stories. And she's like, that's excellent. So then anyway, Abuelito is like, okay, well, I guess I'm going to have to come here and see you guys all the time now if I want to see my daughter. What a bother.
He's such a ham.
Yeah, he's
Abuelito is like running up on Uncle Gar in terms
Big
of
time.
just like, oh no, I have to come back and see you guys
Big
all the
time.
time. Like, ha ha he he.
Yeah.
He's a real card.
I feel like he, I just imagine he makes like goofy sound effects.
I feel like he's short and a little chubby.
Yeah.
With like some jovial cheeks.
Yeah,
you know?
It does feel right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, off goes Tia Dolores. She'll be back. And once she'll be back, she says that she'll stay as long as Josefina needs her.
Which is sweet.
Which is very cute.
Yeah.
She consents that her sister's kids
her
need
crushing out
somebody.
Yeah. They might not be hiding it as well as they think they are.
No, they're not hiding it at all. Absolutely. So it's very cute. They say goodbye. She drives off. And then Josefina's like, once Tia Dolores comes home, the flowers should look beautiful to welcome her back. And then she runs off, whistling and humming a little tune that Tia Dolores taught her.
A little piano ditty.
The end.
It was cute.
We met her.
But
that's what I mean by like, it's a good book. And I think her family's very charming. But like, kind of nothing happens.
Yeah. No, it's a scene setter.
Yeah, it's very much it's exposition. If this was a novel,
read chapter 1.
Absolutely. Yeah. So cute. So peek into the past. This is what I meant by there's a lot of
overlap.
This is the first time a peek into the past felt almost redundant when I was reading it. It does give the actual like historical context, which I thought was cool. But it tells you a lot of the same kind of information that Josefina feeds you throughout her book. So we're in 1824. Talks a lot about how New Mexico used to be part of a huge territory. They used to be part of Spanish colonies, which included Mexico, California, Nevada, Texas.
All the names that sound Spanish.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then all of those little towns, not all of them, several of them turned into big iconic towns that are still here today. LA, San Antonio, San Francisco, Santa Fe. Notice a theme between some of the names of those cities.
Saints.
Interesting how it works.
Loss.
Saints. Catholicism.
Católicos. Well, that's actually a quick aside is the Camino Real is the trade route And then the Camino Real de Texas is the Texas version of it, and it was more for like
Religious.
like missionaries and stuff like that. Yeah, so this was a trade. There were two routes from where the current United States is down into like deep into Mexico and different places. And the Texas one was more based on missions and stuff like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so sick. I love that. Sorry. Deep breath in. So lots of people were settling on that big old river, the Rio Grande or Grande. How do you say it? Which one's the right way?
Rio Grande.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. It's the biggest river in New Mexico, and lots of people settled along it and built little villages and ranchos and hung out. But like we said, it was difficult to raise crops and animals consistently.
Yeah.
In
It's
the
real tiny
in those
now.
little desert mountains. So they did what they could, and kind of tried to develop foods that were hardy for the land. And this is something that it talks about or introduces sort of the symbiotic relationship between these settlers and the Pueblo Indians of the time, and who still exist. But basically that like there was initially conflict between like people like Josefina and like the Pueblo
Settlers
Indians,
and
settlers,
the people who actually live there.
who actually lived there. Yes, who were well established as it loves to note. But basically that like they kind of ended up forming a little bit more of a peaceful existence and ended up sort of exchanging like skills. So like farming and like living on the land that they learned a lot more from the Pueblo who were there.
Well, what it implies, which I'll have to look into a little bit, is that, which I'm guessing is kind of what actually happened, was the Pueblo realized that the settlers weren't as big of an op to them as like the Comanche and some other neighboring, like there were some Native American tribes who were like settled kind of in areas and didn't move around, which is I think what the Pueblo were. And then there were some roaming ones who were kind of more, for lack of a better term, Viking-esque and like, let's take it down. And so I think they were like, you know what, like these people are not a problem as long as we like coexist and we can work together to like fend off the bigger problems.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
does. Yeah, it says yeah, the other ones are the Apache, the Navajo, and the Ute.
Ute.
Is that right?
That's what Utah means. Or it's for
I
where
didn't know
Utah
that.
comes from. Yeah.
I'm learning a lot.
Yeah.
These books are teaching me much more than I thought they would.
Yeah. I love
cool
this area.
way.
I love Southwestern history.
I love the aesthetics of the Southwest, so I'm excited to know.
Kind of made me
to
think of
learn more.
Secrets of Shadow Ranch a little bit.
It is very Secrets of Shadow Ranch
Yeah.
coded. I thought much the same.
Cool.
It is like an interesting thing though because I feel like its history is more modern, like the southwestern United States. It's not actually more modern, but like American part of it is.
Yeah, it's a cool
You don't
mystical American history.
You
a little
don't
bit.
learn that much about it in like I went to high school. My primary education was in Minnesota, so obviously like I'm not learning that much about like the American Southwest. But it is one of those things that as you like get older, and as I've lived in Texas, like the things that you learn
Yeah, it's cool.
about this part of the country, it's just like very interesting. A much richer history than a Minnesotan or like
Right now,
I'm sure
yeah.
like other like parts of the U.S. like
Yeah.
that aren't a part of it yet. Anyway, yes, it says that basically, yeah, the lesser of what evils. They partnered up and worked a little bit more collaboratively. Talks a lot about the caravan and the trade, basically supplies being shuffled around between New Mexico and Mexico along the Camino Real.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep fucking up. Or the railroad. Thank you. And that basically like the caravans would take months on end to travel back and forth, and that it'd be pretty perilous. Yeah, there'd be lots of peril. So they would sometimes be like armed, that they would have like weapons.
Yeah,
to
because of
protect
ladrones, which is thieves. Yeah.
lots of them.
Yeah.
Because it was easy to attack like slow moving group of people
With a lot of goods.
With a lot
when
of
you're just on a
goods.
horse,
You might
easy
as well
going.
risk it, right?
Yeah.
Like steal a couple things while they're sleeping at night.
Yeah.
And wake up a richer man.
Plus dust storms.
Plus dust storms, plus starving, plus being thirsty, plus heat. It was bad. And then we got to my favorite part of the Peek into the Past, which is talking all about the different like goods and wares that would be like developed. So there's all these like it talks a little bit more about some of like the woven cloth work in the next book. So I'll save some of my thoughts for that. But it talks a lot about how like because the trade route in Mexico City had a lot more like imports coming from like foreign countries, so they had access to a lot of different goods like Chinese silks or like European lace, so that they could funnel them up. So that's why Francisco's like, well, I want some nicer kind of jewels
Yeah,
and
because it's like
accoutrements. Because you
it's
could
a
get
major
them.
port.
Yeah.
You know?
So they're bringing like all of these, not just like needed goods, like tools and like nicer things from Mexico City, but they're also bringing these like kind of luxuries.
Yeah. Little
Of
treats.
sorts. So there's lots of different jewelry, lots of different like porcelain plates and things like that, which is very cool. So it'd take them a long time and it would be very harrowing. And then this is the last little part that it talks about, which is, so we're in 1824. It says basically 25 years later, 1846, is when the U.S. declares war on Mexico. And then they go to war, they fight it out. And then as a result of this fighting, they end up claiming several of the territories that are now all the United States that we know. So it's kind of funny because it's basically like Josefina probably didn't imagine that she was going to end up and be like a little American girl.
Isn't it funny how most of America used to belong to Mexico?
Yep.
And we
also,
took it, and now we're mad when people come.
you know, things to think about.
Yeah.
Also, the war was only 3 years.
Yeah, it was a short war.
Short war.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, Josefina becomes American girl 25 years after this
An
book.
American 33-year-old.
An American 33-year-old. But it's kind of cool because I feel like with Felicity, when we read her, she was like truly on the precipice of like
Yeah,
the
she's
country
gonna be an American
founding.
tween.
And it's, very American tween. Whereas like Josefina could realistically live to be that age, but it would be much further in time away from like the books we're currently reading. So I am interested to see how much of it will be more like cultural commentary, because the next book for sure is another sort of like teaching you about her culture.
I think most of them are, because I think Surprise is pretty cultural too.
Yeah.
I haven't read it, but I'm just guessing.
I think that'll be a neat change of pace with her, because I feel like our last couple girls have been pretty motivated by the conflicts of the time that they were in. So I think it will be interesting to have a girl who's less motivated by that and more motivated by like her cultural influences.
Yeah, I agree.
So that's the end of the peek into the past. Then we get a cute little glossary. It's about like a page and a half of just the words that you saw throughout the book. It has a phonetic spelling out so you can read it, which is nice because kids are goofy and probably wouldn't know how to properly
It's probably
pronounce
helpful for adults too, you know?
Oh, helpful for me when I was reading it. So anyway, it's just cute. They have it there. It's in all the books. So I referenced it, like I said, as I was reading, where I'd be like, what does that mean? And then closing thoughts. I said, Josefina, very cute. I said, she's the girl I feel first is the most written like a little girl.
Yes.
I also think she'll be the first girl who's truly allowed to just kind of, other than Samantha, but it's a little different. She just is like a little girl in her family structure, in her setting.
Yeah.
So I think that will be fun.
I also think she feels like a little girl because she's the youngest, whereas no other girl is like Samantha's an only child.
Yeah.
But every other one has a younger sibling.
You don't
So
get
there's
like, the
someone
foil
younger. Yeah.
of like having siblings that truly make them seem young. Yeah, I agree. I said the meat book is like relatively uneventful, but I did say it's very cozy, which is why I'm like, I didn't dislike it. I think it was a good book. I ended reading it by being like, oh, like cute. And that's why I started kind of right in with the next one. Though I haven't finished it totally yet. But I was like, oh, okay. And it does kick, because you get the setup here, it does kick a little bit more off into the emotional stakes. In an interesting way. But it is still a lot of like, here's a chore and here's us talking.
Yeah.
Which isn't a bad thing. I think it'll be cool to see how it feels different compared to our other girls. I said you definitely get a sense of who Josefina is, whereas like with Addie, we were kind of like, okay, I think we're gonna need some build-up time for her actual personality to shine through. But I said, I believe there's more to uncover. And I said, I'm unsure what dangers, threats, or deep sadnesses may lie ahead. Or maybe not that much. So stay tuned. What did you think?
I liked it. So I think I said in the last Addie that I thought I'd read Meet Josefina. I don't think I have, because I don't remember a lick of it. So I don't think I've read any of the Josefinas, which is kind of exciting.
It's very
This is
exciting.
the first girl I haven't read.
Yeah.
I thought she was really cute. Like I said, I love Southwestern history, and I just on my other podcast did something on this, so it felt kind of like a victory for Caroline to be like, oh, I don't need all these like descriptors because I literally just spent days researching this for an episode. But I thought she's cute. I did like the Spanish integration. I thought that was done well. And I agree. I feel like she's the first shy girl we've gotten who still has a personality in book 1.
Yes.
So I think that is attributed to the fact that she's observant, you know, and she's just paying attention to things and has a good inner monologue. I like the family dynamic. I have a like small sneaking suspicion. Sorry, I'm still
No, you're good.
numb. But I have a small sneaking suspicion that I don't know why, but I feel like Tia Dolores might marry Papa.
Oh no.
That's what I think. By the end of Change, I think it's gonna happen in Changes, but I'm just saying that now
That
so
feels
that
kind of haunting.
if I'm right, then I'm right, you know?
I hope not.
I kind of think so, but I could be totally wrong. It
Oh,
came into my
no.
thoughts.
I don't like that one bit.
Maybe you will. Make changes for Celia. But I like that she
You
has
can
3
cut it to this
Yeah.
if I do.
I like that she has 3 older sisters who seem like they're going to be a part of it.
Yeah.
And I'm interested in I think this will be another one similar to Kirsten though, where it's very siloed in one location.
Yeah,
On the
I
rancho.
don't think we're going on too many adventures.
I don't think Josefina leaves the rancho too much at this point.
I feel like we might get like a Santa Fe visit.
We might. That's a day
Do
and a
you
half
think
away.
a grandparent is going to die?
I don't think so in this one.
Okay.
Abuelito's not getting death energy.
That's true. He's giving very alive.
Yeah.
For now.
For now. God willing, he doesn't, you know?
That's right. Well, guys, if you like this, send this to somebody you would like to explore a historical site that's well maintained to the themes and actions of the time.
Share this with your friend who makes music that makes you dance.
Share this with somebody who you're suspicious of a little bit.
Share this with your grandpa who loves to tell a silly story.
Share this with somebody you'd take to the Fandango.
And share this with your older sister who does the majority of the labor in the family.
And then like, subscribe, leave us a comment.
If you like Josefina, give us a little, like, salsa.
Lots of you guys have said her name. So
Yeah.
now that we're here, tell us your favorite book, your favorite memory.
Your favorite Spanish word.
Spoilers, but yeah, your favorite Spanish word.
Mm-hmm.
But give us a little shout.
Yeah. And we'll be back next time with Josefina Learns a Lesson.
That's right. Bye.
Adios.